How about a little homestead update, right? So, the last video you saw me make venison shoulder roast, but this time I would just have a regular beef roast in here. Got friends coming over for dinner. I did, from the beef broth, there was so much tallow on top of that that I was able to render it down, strain it, get it nice and clean. So we got some tallow right there. And then here's the broth. Good, and of course there's the stew. There's the broth. I only had 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. I think I did 14. Technically 13. I can fit 14 in my canner. I think I explained that in the last video. But one didn't seal. And so I think I only did 13. And then I had just enough left in the last little bit to kind of fill up a small jar. So, excuse me, water tastes so good. So recently, one of the things that kind of started a whole making sure we're prepared and preserving stuff was the fact that we went through natural disaster, the tropical storm, Hurricane Helene. I had some trees fall in my yard, and I did have some guys come and they cleaned it up. This is just some limbs left. It fell this way, but as you can tell, there's a stump here. There was a piece of a tree leaning over the barn. Well, tragedy struck. That tree fell. Not by natural causes, though. I actually had Charlie and Jeremiah came over too, and we felled the tree. Look, it's down. I spent the majority of today cleaning up the limbs, cleaning it up, chopping it up, getting it out of my way and stuff. But how's that tragedy, right? The tree is falling. It's on the ground. Well, it was leaning over the brooder barn, and there were some limbs on it. See, I got a busted window, so a limb hit these. Not too bad, right? Right. Well, here's the inside. It's got some, looks like it's a little wet in there. I didn't clean it up, of course. There's some cables down. Well, a limb decided it wanted to hit the roof, and this 2x4 is fine. These are not, and you see all this hit the post. All the electrical stuff is fine. The building did exceptionally well. So we got some 2x4s to replace and some tin. This 2x4 busted, and of course there's the window. But all in all, it didn't hurt it as much as it could. Now, we are no experts at felling trees. You can tell that in this clip. But it's down, and that's really what I care about. It could have been worse, like I said. So I bought a tarp. I don't have the stuff to work on that yet. So I bought a tarp. I'm going to put on top of it to cover up this hole so it will quit raining in there. It's supposed to rain for the majority of all next week. I hate cedar trees because their limbs are just fragile. You see this tree, it's in the chicken pen. Had many limbs of it crack and fall. I still have one in the front yard, just cracks. The only good thing about cedar trees that I can think of is the fact that when you use the wood. So I cut some posts, and we got a project coming up that I'm gonna do to prepare for winter. So let me get that tarp on that because that's the biggest thing I want to get done today. That tree and getting that tarp on that roof. Alright, so we got the tarp up there. You can see there's like flapping over here and it's kind of crumpled up on the other side. That's because of where the roof, those 2x4s I showed you on the inside are located. I can't hammer, there's nothing right here. So I can't hammer up top right there. So I have the nails in spots right around those holes that'll keep the water out. It's still gonna flap around a little bit, but it's the best I could do with what I've got. Hopefully I'll be able to get the stuff this week, and then I can work on that this weekend coming up and stuff, or slowly throughout the week. Luckily, I don't have any birds coming in. The ones that we're raising right now are it for the season. Speaking of them, I was actually able to upgrade them as well. So in this tractor, they've always had, not always had it, but I bought that bell waterer for them first. I did finally attach the bucket to the rope because we're on a slope, so I want that bucket to kind of move and stay level. I also went ahead and upgraded this piece right here. Now that actually comes from Premier One. It's a special fitting and it just works better. You can't really see it in the water, but it works better because it tightens on both sides, inside and outside, but also has a rubber washer so that it stops leaking. This one was leaking, and plus I've got that hose clamp. So I also had to clean out the filter in that water bucket, in the water, because it was clogged up, so they weren't getting as much water. So things are looking good now. Everybody's looking good. But I did get a second one for this tractor. Same setup. I've got to get another hose clamp. I didn't have one. I thought I did. So it was leaking. It's leaking a little bit. It's actually kind of technically a lot. So I've got to go get a hose clamp right now. That zip tie's not doing the best work, but still same fitting. Water tied to the top, make it easier to fill and move, because we're all about being efficient, making things as easy as possible so that it doesn't kill us. Because honestly, I hurt my back earlier this week and it is killing me. It's like a pinched nerve in my lower hip, so I've got to go to the chiropractor soon. So now that opens up these two waterers for whatever else I need to use them for. I can put them in the brooder barn and stuff like that. Look at my garden, y'all. My cabbage is looking good. Starting to get little heads on them. This is my broccoli. Nothing yet from the broccoli, but I'm so proud of how lush it is. Looks so good. Yeah, so we're just moving forward, just doing what we gotta do. It's awesome. I do appreciate my friends for helping me take that tree down. It could have been worse, again, like I said, but it would have been worse if my tripod tried to follow me. But it could have been worse if it was just me. I could have gotten hurt, something like that. So don't be afraid to ask for help, because it's beneficial, you know, especially when you're like me and you don't have like a whole bunch of funds in order to just pay somebody to come do it. You gotta enlist your friends and then bribe them with, like, you know, food, stuff like that. No, the door wasn't closed. I'm having so many like random weird issues right now. My tripod tried to follow me. I'm not sure my door wasn't closed. I think Wade went in there, that's why. Now I gotta wash that guy right there. Gotta wash Rune. It's time to wash him. He stinks. Stinky boy. He's good. He's doing good too with training. Reggie also found out what that electrical wire in there was about. So things are looking up. Keep moving forward. I'm happy. I got a lot accomplished today that I wanted to. Definitely cleaning this tree up, because if I hunt back there, if I get a deer, it makes like the tree was in the way and I couldn't drive my truck back there, and I'm definitely not dragging one that far. So appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm gonna clean up some of my mess, put the chainsaw stuff back, and then get ready for our friends to come over for dinner, and I'm gonna wash that stinky boy in there. Appreciate y'all.